Hey guys, welcome to the Explore Boerne channel. Today we are going to be talking about why is everyone moving to Boerne? So if you have landed on this channel, then you have either searched for Boerne, you live in Boerne, or you are thinking about moving to Boerne. And you are not the only one. We have had a huge influx of people here in the last few years that have wanted to call Boerne home. And today I'm going to tell you just why everyone wants to come live here. So my name is Amanda Grothues. I'm a local realtor and mom here in the Boerne area, and this is where I live, play, and just absolutely live and breathe Boerne. So I started Explore Boerne so that you can figure out more about it, and we are nestled here in the hill country, which is my first topic I'm going to talk about of why everyone is moving to Boerne. So we have a lot of people who are moving outside the city limits of San Antonio. And the next stop right outside San Antonio, if you go up North I-10, is Boerne. So we are that really great middleman between way far hill country and city life. We have a ton of amenities and we're a really short drive to San Antonio, but we still have all that hill country feel, and you have those rolling hills. You can drive through the bluebonnet fields. There is so much hill country and nature out in the Boerne area, and that is why a lot of people have migrated into the Boerne area from San Antonio. But we also have a lot of people relocating here, and I'm talking about relocating from everywhere. And it's because Boerne really encompasses what you think about when you think of the Texas Hill Country. We have so many outdoor spaces. That is one thing that I really love about how the city of Boerne has master planned this community, is they have left so much green space and have so many parks for everyone to just get out and enjoy nature. So I'm going to talk about just a few of the nature areas that we have around Boerne. This is not an exhausted list, but it will give you a good idea of how Boerne has really decided to keep nature into the city. So first is River Road Park. So if you walk along River Road, which tees right into Main Street, so right there in the heart of Boerne in downtown, you have River Road. So it's this cute little trail that you can walk, and there's the ducks there. You're next to the river. There's picnic tables. You can grab a beer at one of our local breweries and walk over there. You can grab food at one of our local restaurants and go eat it there. And it really encompasses the beauty of Boerne right there off Main Street. If you continue down that river, then you will tee into our Cibolo Nature Center. And this is a huge natural area and center where you can go and learn about nature. There's classes there, you can go hiking, there's a river that you can go. My kiddos love to go and dip their feet in the summer, so we'll hike down to the river, they'll take off their shoes, and we'll spend an hour there just playing in the water, do a little picnic. And it's 2 minutes from downtown Boerne. We can talk about all of our golf courses. So there are numerous world-renowned golf courses here in Boerne. So you can go outside and hit your golf ball. You can bring the whole family. Most of them are very family friendly. So you can have the kiddos in the golf cart, or you can have the kiddos running the golf course with you. I know my kiddo likes to golf with his daddy. So there's so many different things that you can do to get outside with the whole family on the golf course. Another thing that Boerne really has in the nature department that's cool is we are right by the Natural Bridge Caverns. So if you've never been to an underground cavern, it is incredible. And we have one right here in our great city of Boerne. So those are, like I said, not an exhaustive list, but those are just a few places where you can go in Boerne and get outside. And speaking of outside, another thing that I love that all of our restaurants have done is a majority of them actually have outdoor seating areas. So you can go and grab your food and sit outside and enjoy nature once more. I love that the restaurants have embraced outdoors as well, because I love to sit outside. My kids love to sit outside. I know a ton of other people do. If you go somewhere on a Friday night, most likely the outdoor patio is packed compared to, the inside, depending on the weather, of course. But we just really love the outdoors. We love nature. We love the fresh air here in Boerne. And you can't say that about all places. I know there's a lot of cities where people have to be inside because of pollution or noise or just numerous different reasons. But here in Boerne, you can enjoy the outdoors all the time. And speaking of that, we'll just segue right into the weather. So Texas itself, if people think of Texas and the hee-haw cowboy, super hot. While we do have hot summers, we have a relatively mild climate and we don't have a ton of natural disasters. So a lot of people, when they're looking at, say, Texas or Florida, a lot of people are choosing Texas because we don't have the hurricanes. We don't have the threat of all of that you might get in a coastal area, especially being so far inland. So Boerne is about a 3-hour drive to our coastline down in Corpus Christi. And so you're short enough drive to go get to the beach, but you're not right next to it to where you're dealing with major issues like that. Even up in our Texas Panhandle, they deal with a lot of tornadoes. We don't have that in Boerne. Relatively mild chance of hail. I'm not saying we have not had hail because we even had it this year, but it's small, it's typically not a big deal, and it's not a huge threat. That's why a lot of people are moving to the Central Texas area, but Boerne specifically, just because it's a great place to be. Again, we can talk about the whole area that we live in has very mild climates. We do get hot in the summer, but it's not ridiculously humid. We do get relatively cold in the winter, but it's not in the negatives. We're typically, we see that freezing point maybe a few times a winter. So as far as you're looking at winters, you're looking at more 50s on average. In the summers, you're looking more mid to upper 90s, but without that crazy humidity. So overall, you really can enjoy being outside all the time. I love our climate. I wouldn't change it for the world. I have been to many different places and I always come back home and I'm like, okay, this is the temperature where I can be outside year round. And if it's too hot, I can get in a pool. If it's too cold, we have heaters because it's never that cold to where it's snowing or you are you can't bundle up and be outside. And so that's another reason that we see a lot of people moving to our area is because of our climate and the fact that we don't have a lot of natural disasters. So next, we can talk about, you've heard me talk a lot about my kids already. So a lot of people are looking at the Boerne area because of the school districts. So Boerne is one of the top rated school districts in the state of Texas. There are numerous private schools in the area as well. And so whether you're looking at public school or private school, there are many great options. And so you'll see a lot of people with children moving into the Boerne area purely for the school district. Now, if you want to kind of learn more about each individual school, you can certainly go to www.greatschools.org and it will give you all the school rankings and everything that you need to know about the schools. But the important part is that a lot of people are moving here for that reason. And so do your research. I can help you find different schools. We can look them up together and then you can decide what is the best option for you and your kids. Another reason people are moving here is because of the wide variety of housing options that Boerne offers. If you want a equestrian estate on land, we have it. If you want a ranch house, we have it. If you want to live in a suburb, we have it. If you want a townhome, a garden home, if you want a 55 plus community, we have it. And so there's such a wide variety of options in the housing department that a ton of people move here because they want to live in that city, but they want to have some land, or they want to be a 5-minute drive from the city, but in a suburb. So there are so many different options, and that is the cool part of Boerne, and that's the part that I love about being a real estate agent here is I get to really help you find the house that is going to fit your lifestyle, because no matter where you are moving from, you are going to have different tastes. You are going to like something different. And Boerne is one of those places that can offer you anything and you will feel like you are at home. Last but not least, and I could probably talk all day about Boerne if you haven't figured that out yet, is our small town feel. So while it has grown in the last few years, and I know a lot of people who grew up, in Boerne a long time ago are going to argue with me on this, but we still have that small town charm. You can walk Main Street and everyone is waving at you and super friendly. The shop owners will remember your name. There's not a place that I go around town that I don't see someone that I know and recognize. And so it honestly still has that small town charm, even though we have grown in the last few years. And that is what people are flocking to. People want that hometown feel. They want their families to grow up in that hometown feel. They want to retire in that small town charm community. And that is what Boerne has to offer. It is the absolute most charming city, and everyone here is so friendly. I'm telling you, you will walk down the streets and there'll be a smiling face around every corner. And I think that's what people really come to Boerne for. I always say the most important part and the most amazing part of Boerne is our people. That is why I started this channel, because I want to highlight the people here and showcase how amazing they are. And so that is what you're going to get when you move to Boerne. You're going to get people that love you, that accept you, and that are going to make this little city feel like home right from the get-go. So hopefully you enjoyed today's video. I'm going to be making a lot more of these because I could talk all day. But those were my top bullet points of why so many people are moving to Boerne and calling it home. So if I, hit a topic that you want to dive deeper into, or I didn't hit a topic that you want more information on, you can always reach out. I'm always a text, a phone call, or an email away. I love this city. I love showing people about the city. I love helping you get into a home in this city. So always reach out with any of your questions. I'm happy to answer them. And you can comment below if you have comments that you want to, good or bad, about this video. Because like I said, I know there's a lot of people who are going to argue with me on a few bullet points, and that's okay. That's the beauty, is that this is a channel where we can provide that feedback. So if you like it, go ahead and hit the notification button and the subscribe button. And I would love for you to continue on this journey with me on this Explore Boerne YouTube channel. So again, this is Amanda Grothues, your local Boerne expert, and I look forward to talking to you on next video.